In example 6, we're going to find the values of x such that f of x equals g of x. So that means we're just going to set our two equations equal to each other and we're going to solve. So for A, if I'm looking for f of x is equal to g of x, that means then that 6x squared is equal to x squared minus 14x plus 3. Well, how are we going to solve this? I have an x squared and an x, which clues us in we're going to need to factor. And I need is set equal to 0 to do that. But typically we don't want a negative x squared, so I'm going to move everything to the left. So I'm going to subtract x squared, I'm going to add a 14x, and I'm going to subtract that 3. So I'm going to subtract the x squared, add the 14x, and subtract the 3. Now, even though I wrote it like this, I'm going to write them in descending order when I do this next step. So my x squares go first. So 6x squared minus x squared is 5x squared. And then I have a plus 14x, and I have a minus 3 equals, and all of this is going to cancel and it's going to be set equal to 0. Alright, now to factor this, not quite so easy as the last one that we did because we've got 3 different terms, but this is not as simple. This is what I call the alien, and I should have showed you this method in class. If you remember how to do it the way that your Algebra 2 teacher taught you, then that's fine. Use it, okay? I'm just going to use a story because it helps those who don't remember or who are still struggling. So the way I do it is, it's a bunch of aliens. This is my alien man. He's going to go on vacation. He kisses his wife goodbye. I'm going to do this actually over here on the side. Alright, so he's gone. Actually, you know what? I'm going to rewrite that step there. Alright, so what I have here then is I have 5x squared plus 14x minus 3 equals 0. This way I have room to work. Alright, so this is the alien man. He's going on vacation. He's got to kiss his wife goodbye, and he's gone. He's gone, but because when they're aliens, she multiplies by him. Now this is a simple trinomial like the last one. My first two terms have to multiply to be that x squared. My last two terms, because of FOIL, have to multiply to be 15, but then I'm going to read it backwards. I have to also subtract to be 14. So hopefully you're saying 15 and 1. Remember, bigger number first, so you can just bring down that first sign, and then ask yourself, positive 15 times what gives me a negative 15? Well, hopefully you said negative 1. But, oops, I didn't even need to put the 1, it was already there. Alright, so, but because it's an alien, remember when you go on vacation, you have to come back home. But she's mad because he left while she multiplied, so she's decided it's over. They split up because of him, so by him. He goes on bottom. So if you can simplify that number, then you need to. So this one, 15 over 5 is 3. On the second parenthesis there, I can't simplify the 1 over 5, but when you factor, you cannot leave it as a fraction, so you would throw this number back in front of the x. So I know that last year y'all did a lot of solving, and we're actually solving on this one, so you could have skipped this step right here, but a lot of stuff we're going to do coming up is going to be just factoring, and so you cannot leave it as a fraction. So go ahead and start practicing that now. Alright, so what we'd seen earlier too was when you have more than one thing being multiplied, set equal to 0, remember you can set them individually equal to 0 and solve. So what we have here then is that x plus 3 can be 0, or the 5x minus 1 can be 0. And so we're going to solve both of those, and so we'll get x equals negative 3. On this one you get 5x equals 1, divided by the 5, so you get x equals 1/5. And so there's my two solutions for this problem.